tell people a little bit more about what RentPrep is so
Sure.
that they know? Because I know we've talked about before,
Mhm.
do you jump into a project that does not seem to cater to your original market? And you and I have both talked about the fact that we found a market connection here
Mhm.
through landlords, of all
Mhm.
things. So why don't you tell us a little bit about who you serve and what you do so that people out there listening can say, oh my God, my sister's cousin's nephew is that.
Yeah. Well, we definitely serve the landlord community. Our RentPrep product is a brand that is specific to the landlord. So we have a background check company. It's Fidelis Screening, and we work with municipalities, housing authorities, large property management companies, utility companies, doing employment screening, background checks, drug testing, things like that. But kind of our favorite brand is the RentPrep brand. That's our landlord product. And I think the reason that I love it so much is because landlords are really entrepreneurs at heart, and I have such a connection with them, and talking with them and feeling that genuine satisfaction of being able to help them. And it's an instant gratification. They'll call in and we'll take phone calls and they'll say, I'm having this problem, or I've got this problem tenant, or, I'm really concerned about my investment. And we're literally able to give them a solution right then and there, or be able to avoid a potential disaster for them. And so, for us, it's great to be able to have that instant gratification of being able to help someone and serve someone. And again, as an entrepreneur, anytime you can step outside of serving yourself, and you begin to add value to your market, and you look at it like that, I think that's when you become successful. Is that when you have something that's really truly of value. And so for us, the RentPrep product is the opportunity for us to serve our landlord community. That the landlords who are out there, we call them onesies and twosies, who may own a double or rent through upstairs, or maybe they're just getting started as a real estate investor. They have a couple properties and they want to make sure that they're renting to the right people. They're not renting to somebody who's got a long history of eviction or getting thrown out or noise complaints. We've all had those kind of neighbors that we wish we didn't have to live next
Oh
to.
my God,
Yeah.
tell me about it.
So yeah, and that's our job, is we have to find those people. And so we really, we take it personally. We really try and deliver the best possible solution out there. We do it differently than any other company that I know of, and that is we kind of use the technology to our advantage, but take the anti-technology approach. We're not just a database blindly giving information that may be wrong or inaccurate or not be the whole story. We add human intelligence behind our data. And so there's not a lot of companies doing that right now. So we were able to kind of merge and blend the idea of using this great technology that's at our fingertips now and information that's out there, but also using certified screeners who know the business, know the laws, and can protect landlords from making bad decisions.
I love this trend that I'm seeing, RentPrep included, that is kind of the revenge against the automaton and the canned digital customer service. Like I had this really interesting talk the other day. I'm taking an Amtrak train to St. Louis tomorrow to see my parents, and I needed to make separate reservations for my boyfriend and I because we're traveling on different days, and I couldn't figure out how to do that online. So I called, and this automated voice comes on. It's like, "Hi, I'm Julie. If you want to make a reservation, press 1." And I just kept going, "Agent, agent,
Please help.
agent," until finally I talked to this woman. She was perfectly lovely. I got her whole life story. I feel like I made a new friend. I got a better rate than I would have going through the automated system. And I really felt like my needs were met. And it's this return to good customer service and the human brain. And in Chicago, we have a dating startup that does that exact same thing called Project Fix Up, which is founded by a friend of mine, Sarah Press. And Project Fix Up is all of the bells and whistles of online dating, but it's matchmaking made by a human.
Right.
Which I think is so interesting. It's like the offline and the online. So like RentPrep will say, hey, this person has 3 evictions, but also, hey, how can I help you? What do you need as a landlord? What do you need
Right.
to know about this tenant? Because then it's not mindless,
Right.
faceless, apocalyptic machines.
Right. Well, probably the best example that I can give is one of the services that we provide is verifications. And there's not a database in the world that can sniff out when somebody gives you their friend's phone number instead of their landlord. So, we found, our niche very quickly in realizing that we can do that well. When somebody gives us a phone number that doesn't match the landlord's name in the database, or when you have that conversation with a quote landlord and you realize they can't answer any questions. They can't tell us how much the rent is, how long they've been there. And so we're very candid with the notes that we include in the report and say, this call sounded fishy. It sounded very scripted. It sounded, and we give the landlords, our voice and our opinion just as it happened on the phone call. And so, again, that's something that a database, that technology just cannot do.
Side business for you. Do that for job screening.
We do. We do. We do employment screening. And, again, it's another thing that we do.
Awesome.
We verify.
I can't tell you how many times I have heard of people that are like, I wanted to say that I work for Google, so I put my friend's phone number and said, if anybody calls, I work for Google. And I'm like,
Right.
then you're going to get there, and they're going to ask you about Google corporate culture, and you're going to be screwed, liars. Like,
Right.
whatever, but I knew a guy who would call himself and refer himself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how do you do that? Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody out there, technology is catching up with you, you liars.
Yeah, for sure.
Be honest. Actually have it be your landlord. And if you're a crappy tenant, stop being a crappy tenant.
Yeah. Just pay your rent. Everything will be fine.
Pay your rent. And I know we have a lot of guests and we have to go, but yes, be a good tenant.
Yeah.
I'm actually at my boyfriend's house right now because it is silent. Jenny will attest that last time during the junket, my upstairs neighbor at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon decided it was a really great time to get loudly romantic. So the junket all got to share in that experience worldwide live right here on Google+. So be a good tenant. Thank you so much for being here today and for being part of this beautiful project. You provide such an amazing amount of value, and I can't wait to see how RentPrep and the landlord community and Hungries can continue to collaborate in the future.
I look forward to it, and I appreciate your time. Thank you, guys.
Heck yeah. We are joined now.